Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today, we've got another wonderful episode lined up for you today. We're talking about the 10 ways to turn your passions into profit. That's right. We all got dreams. We all got gifts, talents, special abilities. But the challenge is, how do we, find the time to turn those into profitable enterprises if that's our desire? So we're going to lay out 10 ways that you can do that. And of course, I'm going to give you some strategies to help you execute that as well. So I need for you to do me a huge favor. Comment in the chat one of your passions, right? And if you're already building a business, comment the name of your business and or your brand. Smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Thornton Online Marketing Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're not familiar with Thornton Online Marketing, it's a full-service digital marketing software solutions company that provides lead generation and calendar booking for local and service-based businesses. So if you need help filling your calendar without paid advertising, might I add, then I need you to text local biz to 314-730-3999. Again, text local biz to 314-730-3999. Set up your free digital marketing consultation. You'll talk to one of our lead ninja experts, and they'll help you craft a plan for generating more leads and filling your calendar with qualified sales opportunities so you can grow your business, man. Listen, today we're talking 10 ways to turn your passion into profit. That's right. If you got a dream, if you got a goal, you've got some aspirations, you got some gifts, you got some talents, you've got some things that you love to do, and you're like, man, if I could just get paid to do this, my life would be all right. That's what we're talking about today, man. So comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, smash that share button, and do me a favor, comment one of your passions right now, because chances are I can help you with one of these tactics, one of these tips, one of these strategies might work specific to your own passion. So comment something that you're passionate about. Let's see if we can't help you make some money from that thing today. So before we get into today's episode, y'all know I got a couple quick announcements. Tonight, the Black Biz Success app overview and training is tonight. If you have the Black Biz Success app, we train every Thursday night on some tips and strategies on how to use it to add automation to your business. We also provide a quick overview for those who may be looking to add some automation to their business and are not familiar with the Black Biz Success app. So that goes down tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. All you got to do is DM me, and I will get you the link to register for that event. And last but not least, I need you guys to do me a huge, huge favor, man. If you guys get any value from the Cortez Hustle Show, if you've attended any of my workshops, my weekend webinars, any of that stuff, I put a link to my business page in the comments, Thornton Online Marketing LLC. If you click on that link and go leave me a review, that make your boy feel good, man. That's a brand new page. I had to shut my old page down because the way Facebook makes you identify yourself, they looked at my ID and I guess they couldn't identify me. So I really don't have control over that other page. So I had to build a new page. So I have to build my reviews back up. I have to build my followers back up, all of that. So do me a favor, click on the link in the show notes in the description. It'll take you right to the Facebook page for Thornton Online Marketing LLC, and leave your boy a review. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Y'all know how we do on the Cortez Hustle Show, man. We start every episode with a quote of the day, and today will be no different. Today's quote says this: the prime cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but how your thoughts about it align, right? It's never the situation, it's your thoughts about the situation that causes the unhappiness. And that is by Eckhart Tolle. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we get to choose how we see and how we perceive things, right? It's critically important to understand that 90% of life is not about what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. So your happiness has very little to do with what's happening to you and around your life, and has a heck of a lot more to do with how you see those things, right? Learn how to see life through an optimistic lens. And I'm not saying be gullible. That's not what I'm saying. But when you understand that even when it's raining outside, it's pouring down, it's thunderstorming, it's lightning, even with all of that happening, when you realize the sun is still shining, it really makes you take on a different perspective, right? And when you understand the power of duality, right, that there is no one side to anything. Everything has two sides. There's a positive and a negative to everything. Start seeing intentionally the positive in everything, and I promise it will affect your measure of happiness. So the primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about that situation. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by, again, my good friends over at Thornton Online Marketing. Listen, all we do is focus on helping service-based businesses fill their calendars without paid advertisements. You can take a free trial of our Acceleration Business System and let us see if we can't book you 5 to 10 qualified sales opportunities in the next 7 to 10 days. It costs you nothing. There's no risk to you. All you got to do is text local biz to 314-730-3999. Set up your appointment and let us go over what it is that you have going on. And we'll tell you right up front if that's something that we can help you do. If you qualify for the program, great. If you don't, we might be able to refer you to one of our partners in the digital marketing space. But if you're a service-based business and you're not, and your calendar is not full of appointments every day, including coaches and consultants, you might want to text local biz to 314-730-3999. So today, how many of you guys got something that you are absolutely passionate about? I want you to comment your passions for me today. Let me know at least one or two things that you're passionate about, because today we're going to give you 10 ways to turn those passions into profits. Now, this is an article, I put the link in the comments, from goatsontheroad.com, right? Goatsontheroad.com dropped this article, and I thought it was pretty amazing because, as you guys know, from a digital marketing and business perspective, the second book that I wrote is called Monetize My Life: 4 Incredibly Simple Ways to Turn Your Passions to Profit. with little to no startup costs, right? Um, I I just can't help believe that the shortest distance between working class and wealthy is a straight line called entrepreneurship, right? The shortest distance between working class and wealthy is a straight line called entrepreneurship. Now, here's the challenge we have with entrepreneurship is the way we've been trained to see entrepreneurship. For the most part, we only see business ownership as owning a brick and mortar storefront for the most of us. Well, the internet has come along and has literally changed the playing field. It has leveled it, and you could literally go direct to consumer with whatever you're building, and you let the marketplace decide whether your products and services have value, right? So when you think about most people wanting to start a business, like think about our parents, for instance, right? Our parents and our grandparents, if you're in my age group, so I am Generation X, right? I'm 47 years old. So Generation X means I'm the kid of a baby boomer, right? So my parents, my grandparents, if they wanted to start a side business, they could only do that side business on the weekends or in the evenings, right? I want you to think about that. The difference between you and our parents and grandparents is if we want to start a side business today, we could use technology and seamlessly run our side business concurrent to our job. So we don't have to give up our full-time income. We don't even necessarily have to give up our nights and weekends. We can use the internet to run our business 9 to 5 right alongside our jobs and still have that steady income, but then leveraging our passions until our passion income supersedes our job income. Our parents didn't have that, right? I was listening to my morning motivation as I was doing my working out this morning, and I heard Steve Harvey say, most people are not leveraging technology in the best way that we could. He said his problem with young people is that they're allowing technology to make them lazy. They want these shortcuts. They want the internet to do all the work for them. And he said something that was very profound. If we could marry technology with the work ethic of our parents and our grandparents, it's game over. Everybody get rich. So you think about it. Marry the work ethic and the commitment that your parents and grandparents had to work factory jobs for 40 and 50 years, the commitment that your parents and grandparents had to work in the service industry, cleaning homes and those kinds of things, that commitment, that hard work, that drive. Like my mom on welfare put my sister through college and she's got a master's degree. How do you do that? Right? If there's not a certain amount of drive and determination, right? So work ethic with this technology of the day, right, can really transform your life, can really put an entirely new branch on your family tree, a branch that says wealthy. A wealthy wall says, what's the best online business to start? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to give it to you today. I'm going to give it to you. There is a business model that I think all of us can start, can master, and that business model actually helps transform our communities, right? See, I'm all about making a dollar and making a difference at the same time, right? A lot of us, the way we've come up, right? We've seen our leaders and some of our heroes, right, give their entire lives to the cause of justice, to the cause of inclusion, to the cause of economic empowerment for Black people, to the cause of sustainable to the cause of justice, to the cause of equality, and they die broke. And a lot of us have taken on some of those same missions, and we're thinking that we have to go and forego money along the way because we're committed to the cause. No, you can make a dollar and make a difference at the exact same time, right? So, well, hang with me, and I'm going to give you the best business model that I think you can make a tremendous living for yourself online and serve the community at the same time. So comment your passions below and let me see what we can do. So chasing passions and following dreams is becoming the norm as people begin to move away from the traditional 9 to 5 towards the goal of doing what they love. But the question is, how do I take what I love and turn it into some sort of business enterprise, right? And this is Christina Pete's. Man, I don't want to butcher her name, so we just gonna call her Christina Pete. The link is in the comments, so you can go ahead and look up her name yourself, right? She says, I became an entrepreneur by starting my own business a year ago. I embarked on the journey of turning passion into profit and thankfully was successful. I'm interested in graphic design, art, writing, and marketing, so I turned my interest into income by creating a design studio and social media marketing business online, right? So here are 10 ways to go from passion to profit in no time. We're talking different things that you can do. You got a passion, you got a burning desire, you got something that you love to do, something that you were doing 5 years ago. You're still doing it today, and you can see yourself doing it 5 years from now, right? That's how we define a passion, right? Another way that we define a passion is those things that you will do and you get great enjoyment out of, and you would do them for free, right? Those things that if money was no object, you would be doing those things anyway, right? Those things that bring you joy. That's what we're talking about. How do you turn those things? And I don't care what your passion is. So comment your passions in the comments here, and I'm going to help you with your passion specifically if you participate. Number one, what is one way that you can turn your passion into profit? Number one is you can write about your passions. Right? You can write about your passion. Let me go back up here real quick. You can write about your passion, right? It's not hard to do, but when I say write about your passion, right? There are different ways that you could do that. It could be a blog, right? And we're going to talk a little bit about blogging here, but you could write articles on LinkedIn, for instance, if your passions is around something that serves the business community, right? People don't know this about Facebook and Instagram, but you could also write long form posts on those platforms as well. It doesn't have to be a formal article on a blogging platform like I'm reading their blog, right? If you love to write, you can write about your passions, bring people into your world using your words, and you can later monetize those things. But let's talk about blogging specifically, right? One of the simplest ways to go from doing something you love to profiting from it is to write about it, right? Most people have some sort of writing experience. Students write essays, adults write resumes and cover letters, etc. Here are a few different ways to write about your interests and in turn make money. Start a blog, right? A simple way to start a blog around a topic you are known and you're knowledgeable about and excited about. However, profit is usually something that beginning bloggers have to wait until they get some website traffic, right? But that is a great way to use writing about your passion. Write a book. It's another way that you can write about what you're passionate about. Another option is to create an ebook or write a physical book. You can self-publish and sell it through channels such as your own website, social media, and Amazon. It's not that difficult to write. In fact, we've got this handy dandy deal right here called a cell phone, and every cell phone today comes with a voice recorder on it. You could literally speak your book into your voice recorder, send it to a ghostwriter. They'll take your words and rearrange them so the end product still is your voice, but you didn't have to do any other writing. right? How many of you guys knew that even existed? That was a thing, right? You can also become a freelance writer. Like if you love writing, let me see, no one is commenting their passions today, right? If you love, let's say you love fishing, right? That's your thing, right? Do you know how many fishing publications that exist offline and online? And their whole thing is creating content, which means they need constant fresh takes on fishing. So they're always looking for writers. So you can become a freelance writer, right? If you aren't interested in starting your own website or writing a book, you can always write for other people. Pitch newspapers, magazines, and other blogs on topics that you are excited about. And they pay you anywhere from $30 to $200, $300, $430 per article. You love to write, you love to fish, you love bass fishing in particular. You can write articles about bass fishing. There's so many publications looking for content, right? So those are just 3 ways that you can write about what you love and turn that into a profit. So we've got 9 more to go, and I promise I'm going to get to all 9 today. I'm not going to do a 2-part episode. We're going to hit all 9 today, but we got a break for 1 minute motivation. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, every episode we do something called 1 minute motivation. That's where we share a short motivational clip, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so, and I'm going to ask you give me your takeaways, and I'm going to give you my takeaways. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Seize the day, or you can let the day seize you.
Nothing works the first time. When you try something new, it probably won't work.
Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Every time you lose at something, you're one step closer to winning the next time. The difference between successful people and not successful people, let's call it that way, are people give up. People wake up every morning, they have doubt, they have fear, they lose in a Ferrari race or they lose in a race, and then they just give up. The hardest thing in life to learn is to lose. Winning's easy. You win, you're happy, you get a high five, your friends are happy. It's your ability to take a loss, get up the next day, dust yourself off, and keep going.
This isn't about playing basketball like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. There's guys in the NBA that never gonna play basketball like them. This is about being able to think like a champion.
You gotta think like a champion, y'all. You gotta think like a champion. The hardest thing in life to do is to learn how to lose. Did y'all catch that one? Do you know how to lose? Right? What does it mean to learn how to lose? It means to not hit the mark, but at the same time, not give up. When I heard him say learn how to lose, to me, that means how do I not quit when I don't win? How do I take the lesson from the loss and turn that into some sort of training protocol, some sort of ability to shore up some weaknesses that may have caused me to lose? How do I take a loss mentally, emotionally? How do I not allow myself to be crushed by a loss? When we had our media training workshop on Tuesday night, my friend Angela Lewis talked about something that could have literally crushed her. She played basketball for St. Louis University here in St. Louis and was very good, right? And she wanted to play in the WNBA. And she had an opportunity to go to what is known today as combines, right? This is where all of the scouts come together, some of the team owners, some of the coaches, they come and they put these players through these different workouts so they can assess their skill set, right? And this particular training, this particular combine was happening in New Orleans. So she's thinking to herself, this is my shot. I want to play in the WNBA. In order for me to do that, I've got to get in front of these agents. I've got to get in front of these coaches. I've got to get in front of these scouts. And I got to go down here and show out, prepare herself mentally, prepare herself physically to go work out as hard as she could. She shows up in New Orleans and she's getting to the facility and she's seeing all the other players coming out sweaty. They got ice packs on their shoulders and their knees, and she's slowly starting to realize that it's over, that she missed her shot that could have easily crushed her. She talked about how she felt like it was hard for her, right? But because she didn't let it crush her, she still ended up playing professional ball in Germany. She picked up the pieces and she made do with what was left, right? Organizers changed the time. They moved the time up and she didn't double check her invitation. She wasn't following to see if anything had changed. So she showed up at the original time, missed what she thought was her shot to get in the WNBA. They could have crushed her, could have caused her to quit. But she ultimately played in professional leagues in Germany and fulfilled her career. So you gotta learn how to accept a loss or a defeat, and when you don't hit the mark, and not give up and not quit, ladies and gentlemen. So that is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Personal Branding 365. We help people build brands around themselves, right? We're talking turning your passions into profit. Once you turn your passion into profit, then you got to build a brand around them. So if you are struggling with building your brand, check out Personal Branding 365 and grab yourself a copy for $7.95. And there's tons of cool bonuses that come with it. I think you'll be thoroughly impressed with all that you get for that $7.95. Personalbranding365.com. I'm talking about turning your passions into profits, right? So Mark says he's passionate about real estate, rehabbing, providing value, clean, safe, and functional. All right, good. So we talked about the number one way to turn your passion into profit is to write about it. Whether you write your own blog, whether you write articles for other people, whether you write books about what you do, whether you ghostwrite, like you could literally turn that passion of writing into someone else might do a transcription, send that to you, and then you actually ghostwrite their book for them. There's so many plays, so many ways to turn your passion into profit. Number two, become an expert speaker. Another way of turning your passion into profit is to become a public speaker. There are tons of different events that happen every year around the globe on a wide variety of topics, right? Many of these events are looking for either established speakers in the industry or people who are incredibly passionate and knowledgeable about the topic, but haven't got their foot in the door just yet. If I ask you today, how many of you guys, if I said I need someone to speak on a subject for 20 minutes with no preparation, what would that subject be for you today? I need you to give me a 20-minute talk, but I need you to go on stage in 5 minutes. So you have no time to prepare. How many of you guys have something that you can speak on for 20 minutes with no preparation? Think about that for a second, because that's another way people have trouble identifying their passion, things that they're gifted in and things that they are experts in. But if you could speak on a topic for 20 to 30 minutes with no prep, chances are that's your area of expertise, right? Now, this talks about public speaking. And when most of us think public speaking, we think being on a stage somewhere. But let me help you understand all of the other opportunities that are available to you, right? Because of COVID, a lot of virtual events are taking place now. A lot of online summits are taking place. And guess what? Those people are also looking for experts to come and speak to their audience about particular topics. So just as many offline events that are happening around the world, there's as many online events that are happening where you can come in and you can speak. And here's a couple ways that you can get paid for speaking. You can either charge them a speaking fee, right? Or you can ask them, if you don't have a speaker budget, is it okay for me to make a call to action to sell a product or service after I speak? Right? Because sometimes it ain't about the speaker fee. If they put you in front of a big enough audience, and you think about, hey, they're gonna put me in front of 1,000 people. If I close 10% of the room, then that means if I got a $10 product, maybe it's a book, maybe it's an ebook, I don't know, but I just had 100 people buy this thing, you just got paid $1,000 to speak. That's what you have to start looking at. A lot of people don't look at those other avenues and arenas. One of the reasons I do this podcast, y'all, because I'm practicing, I'm honing my skills, my ability to hold an audience captive for 30, 40, 50 minutes at a time. I'm practicing, how do I formulate my thoughts on the fly? How do I communicate effectively? Because I will be on stages with the Les Browns and the Tony Robbins of the world. And the skill sets that I'm developing here will prove to be invaluable down the road, right? So become a professional speaker, an expert speaker, right? Number 3, create a product. Turn your passion into profit. You could also create a product. And of course, these days, you can create both physical and digital products, right? I've got a training coming out today for my local small business owners that every local business, whether you're a product business or a service business, I don't care what your business model is, every business model needs digital products, every single one of them. So one route to consider is a digital product, which is the best idea considering so much of the world is online, right? These products could be in the form of PDFs, booklets, printables, video tutorials, cheat sheets, or something else that has to do with the industry you're excited about. You can then also create physical products. Another option is to take a look at physical products. This could be done with drop shipping if you want to make items like t-shirts, sweatshirts, bags, cups, or framed art or whatever. Digital products are pretty much 100% margin, right? And I want to help you understand how simple creating a digital product could be. This podcast, when it's done, this video right here is a digital product. You don't believe me? How's this for a sales pitch? Hey guys, for $9.99, I'm going to give you this free video training where I literally share 10 different ways to turn your passions into profit. Not only are you going to get the video, but you're also going to get the transcribed PDF. So you're going to get it video form, you're going to get it in writing, and I'm also going to give you the MP3 version of it so you can pop it in your headphones and listen to it as you're working out. One of these 10 could be the one that starts you on your way. So click the button below for $10. I'm going to give you this video training that walks you through 10 different ideas on how you can seamlessly turn your passions into profit. And I want to throw in a free coaching session with yours truly for just $9.99. Boom. Some of y'all are like, yeah, I'll buy that. Well, you would. If you wasn't seeing it for free, you would buy it, right? If I took it off the internet, some of you guys only seen a piece of it. You might want to go back and like, oh man, I need to buy that because he gave me 10 cool ideas, right? This is a digital product. Another thing you can do to create a digital product, create a PowerPoint. If I was sharing this via PowerPoint, the PowerPoint itself could be a digital product. I could turn the PowerPoint into a video that becomes a digital product. Most courses that you buy today are nothing more than PowerPoint slides with voiceover. It becomes a digital product. So now I can sell you the slides, I can sell you the video, I can sell you the audio. It's not difficult, ladies and gentlemen. You have intellectual capital. Now it's a matter of how do you package and present it to the marketplace. Digital products is one of the best ways to do that. Create tech products is another one, right? Technology could be another way to make money if you're wondering how to monetize your passion. You can create an app, plug-in video game, or some other downloadable tech product. Number 4, create a community. Create a community. Now, some of you guys are already starting to see how these ideas stack one on top of another, right? Create a community. I want you guys to write this down if you don't take anything else away from today. The real currency of today's economy is attention. The real currency is attention. So if you can figure out how to grab attention, how to get those people whose attention you grab to take specific, predictable actions, you'll never be without money. Case in point, a couple of weeks ago, we just witnessed the Super Bowl. Why does the NFL, or how can the NFL charge $5 million for a 30-second commercial? Because over the last 100 years, they've been aggregating attention. And they roll all of that attention into one major event where 50 million people around the world are going to watch that event. It's attention. And all they're doing is selling attention. So when you're creating a community, you're gaining and you're aggregating attention. I have 4 Facebook groups, and within those 4 Facebook groups, I might have 6,000 or 7,000 people in those Facebook groups across the 4, right? Well, those 6,000 or 7,000 people are all focused on entrepreneurship and wealth building. So I have the attention of 6,000 or 7,000 people that has value. That has value. So create a community around yourself. Let me give you another one, guys, you might want to write down. I study wealthy people, right? I study successful people in every discipline of their life. Man, if you guys haven't watched the new series with where they're chronicling Magic Johnson and Dr. Buster's life, that I watch stuff like that. If you guys are not watching the series Super Pump with the founder of Uber and how they built that and had to go and break into all of these cities with the Uber app and all, like those are the types of things that I study. And here's what I found out. Wealthy people find 1 or 2 ways to get paid for 1 or 2 things that they love to do. Then they build a brand and a system around it. Wealthy people, they find 1 or 2 ways, not 80, right? They find 1 or 2 ways to get paid for one or two things, not 80, that they love to do. And then they build a brand and a system around it. You can build a brand and a system around yourself as an influencer, a brand and a system around a product, be it digital or physical. You can build a brand and a system around a blog, a brand and a system around a book, a brand and a system around a piece of tech, an app, or whatever. And you can turn your passions into profit big time. Number 5 on this list, become a coach or a consultant. We're talking 10 ways to turn your passions into profit, y'all. 10 ways to turn your passion into profit. Become a coach or a consultant. If you're wondering how to monetize your passion and love being a leader and helping others, consider becoming a coach or a consultant on the subject you are enthusiastic about. This can be a great way to make money. Consultants, because they specialize in a subject, can actually charge quite a bit for their services, especially when you understand how to hyper-focus and niche down. Who makes more money, a brain surgeon or a general practitioner? Right? So a coach or a consultant who is hyper-focused on a specific niche can charge a premium for their consulting because they are the expert at this one thing, right? Number 6, start making YouTube videos. Start making YouTube videos. And here's where people make their mistake when it comes to making YouTube videos. They think that their videos are going to blow up and they're going to make a gazillion dollars from YouTube ad share. Ask anybody who's crushing it on YouTube, where does all of their money come from? Most of the biggest YouTube channels that exist, they are receiving checks from Google. Most of their money comes from them selling their own products, though. I don't have a huge following on YouTube. I made tens of thousands of dollars on YouTube over the last 7 years, and probably maybe 2,000 of it has come directly from YouTube in terms of them sending me a check for my views and the ads that they're putting on my stuff. Right? I got a little less than 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I made tens of thousands of dollars from YouTube, but less than 2,000 has actually come from YouTube. So how do you make that kind of money on YouTube? Because I sell my own products in my YouTube videos. I built a huge network marketing organization from YouTube videos, right? Still got residual income coming today from some of those same videos that are still out there working for me today on YouTube. Get out there, put a camera in front of your face, let the world know who you are, let them know what you're an expert in. Here's 5 things that you teach and that you communicate across YouTube. Who you are, what you do, how you do it differently from anyone else, how well you do it, and most importantly, why you do it. Those are 5 things you communicate on YouTube about your expertise. It's a game changer. It's an absolute game changer, right? Thanks to the internet, turning passion into profit is a lot easier now than it was 30 years ago. There are thousands of people doing what they love, filming it and uploading videos to platforms like YouTube. Just think about it. How many people on YouTube do you watch? There are many creators who share their passion through their videos, only to end up being a huge success from their videography a few years later. Number 7, create a course. Create a course. All right. I just said 5 things that you can communicate on YouTube. I can turn that into a course. How to communicate who you are. Become a storyteller about who you are. Your origin story, your challenge story, your success story or your wins, right? Tell people who you are. That could be module 1. Module 2, tell people what you do. Give them the history of what makes you an expert, the things that you've gone through, some of your accomplishments, some of your wins, right? Here's how to best do that, module 2. Module 3, tell them how you do it differently, right? Module 3 is all about not trying to be better, right? I heard Tyra Banks from America's Next Top Model, when she was being interviewed by Damon John, she said, different is better than better. That's a bar. Y'all might want to write that down. Different is better than better. You don't want to communicate that you're better. You want to communicate that you're different. Right? How did Burger King break into the hamburger world? And how are they being sustained even though McDonald's is the king of fast food, right? Because Burger King is different. McDonald's grills their burgers, so Burger King communicates constantly that we flame broil our burgers. Different is better than better, right? So I can create a course based on any of these topics and basically put that inside the Black Biz Success app, right? Shameless plug, I know. And people can go purchase it. They'll get their username and password. They log in and boom, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. Technology has been so simplified that anyone with any desire could do this stuff. Let's see what they say about creating a course. It's easier now than ever to create a course. If you're tech savvy or are able to follow along with online tutorials, you don't need to hire someone to help you. Courses today can be either online or in person, but they're usually online just for the ease of it. Online courses are very simple to make. This can be particularly helpful to genres that can have how-to tutorials like gardening, website design, cooking, or fashion. Online education is a $1 billion per day industry. Don't take my word for it. Go look at the Forbes article. They said online education will be at $1 billion per day by 2025. They said that before the pandemic. That article was released in 2018. They said by 2025, online learning will be over $365 billion a year industry. That's $1 billion per day. In 2018, they said this would be the projection by 2025. That was before the pandemic. I don't even know what they anticipated to be now, but it's way more than $1 billion per day right now because of the pandemic. How do you know that it's so serious? How do you know that this is here to stay? Because your favorite colleges and universities now offer one-off online courses. Your favorite colleges right now are offering social media courses, digital marketing courses, and they're selling them a la carte. You don't got to enroll in a university. You don't have to get accepted. You don't have to do any of that. Just go to our site and buy just this online course. Some of them are even offering certifications in those disciplines. That's how you know it's here to stay. Because you know that these colleges, they make their money from bringing the people on the campus. But they're like, nah, we ain't gonna leave this online money on the table either. Right? So, number 8, become an investor. Right? To make money from your passion, you could also consider being an investor. This might be more applicable to people who have a bit of extra cash to put into their side hustle, but it can easily pay off in the long run if you invest in the right type of business. So if you're passionate about a thing, Maybe you don't want to do the grunt work of building the business around the thing, but you can find someone else who is passionate about the operations. They may just lack the capital. It's like, man, I love this thing. I love what you're doing. I'm equally passionate about this. Let me just put some of my cash in for a percentage return, an expected return. You can become an investor. Find someone who is equally passionate about the thing that you are, but they're also passionate about the operations of business, so they can literally go and do the work. They just need the cash to lay the infrastructure, lay the foundation. You can come on as a silent partner and watch the whole thing from afar because you're passionate about it, because you love it, and you guys both can reap the rewards. Number 9, network. Believe it or not, networking can be a great way to profit from your interests. You never know who you might connect with that will help you on your journey. This is even more true if you aren't necessarily sure of just how you will make money from your passion yet, right? You can network through social media with friends and family on platforms like LinkedIn, or even through your past employers. Always keep business cards with you when attending events too, because you never know when that card will come in handy. As the successful sales trainer and author of Grant Cardone says, it takes contacts to make contracts. It takes contacts to make contracts, right? We did a series on networking last week or the week before. I'm gonna give you a tip here. It's not about who you know. It's not about who knows you as much as it is about what they know about you. It's not about who you know. It's not about who knows you. It's about what they know about you. That's why every time you see me on these online platforms, I'm only talking about one thing: digital marketing. Because when my name comes to your mind, or if digital marketing is brought up, I want my name to come to your mind. So you know what? This guy, Cortez Hustle, he has a podcast, and I be seeing him on Facebook. I be seeing him on Instagram. I be seeing him on YouTube. I think you ought to reach out to him. Maybe he can help you with that. Get in the habit of learning how to make sure when you're networking with other people, they know what you do. Good friend of mine, Brian Keith McNeil, teaches this strategy, and he teaches you how to answer the question, what do you do? When people ask me, so Cortez, what do you do? Here's how he taught me how to respond. You know how small businesses have some of the most amazing products and services, and you often wonder to yourself, man, I wish I had this in my city, or why hasn't this small business blown up yet? Well, what I do is I help those small local businesses grow their influence in their local community by booking them calendar appointments and bringing qualified leads to the door so they can make more money with less effort, so they can invest in more marketing and get their message out there to more people so that they can grow and scale their businesses. That's how he taught me how to answer that. That's a formula. What I did was I got you to agree to the problem. You know how small businesses have this problem, right? They're great, but not enough people know about them, so they stay small. I got you to agree to the problem. Then I inserted myself as the solution to that problem. You know how? Well, what I do is, and then I elaborate on the benefit that people get when they work with me. I help them do X so that they can make more money with less effort and put that money into their marketing to help them blow up. When a person walks away from that conversation, they not only know me, but they know something about me, right? It's important. Give you another one real quick. When you're networking, you want to make a good first impression. Let people know you're impressed by them. You want to make a good first impression. Let people know that you are impressed by them. Right? Don't get into a verbal wrestling match trying to one up everything they say. No, lean into what they say and ask them more about it and let them know that you're impressed by that. Right? Where I'm from, right? Shout out to all my Wellstonians, right? Small community, you know, just west of St. Louis, called Wellston. We came up saying, you're riding somebody's jock if you compliment them or if you like what they're doing or if you talk highly about somebody. So we put ourselves in a position where we create a negative habit of when somebody says something great that they're doing, we don't compliment them. We kind of downplay it. Well, you got to change that mentality. If you want to make a good first impression, let people know that you're impressed by them. Oh man, that's amazing. Oh man, you got to be so proud. That is super dope. Oh man, I never imagined. Man, tell me more about that. Right? Number 10, host events. Last but not least, you could also consider hosting an event around whichever topic you are interested in. Events can be a great way to make money and raise awareness for your passion project or business. It can also be a perfect way to connect with other people with similar interests. This form of turning your passion into profit can be highly successful if you put effort into marketing it. This is why I do weekend workshops, right? This is why I do office hours. This is why I have the Facebook group. This is why I'm doing all of this stuff, right? So that I can make the right connections, so that I can be seen as the authority in the space of local business marketing efforts, so that I can be shown as a relevant platform for entrepreneurs who want to get on, who bring value to you guys, right? That's it, Mark. You are the average of the people you hang around with. And sometimes in order to get around major people, you have to make minor investments. It's a Jim Rohn quote right there. He says, sometimes in order to get around major people, you have to make a minor investment. And that minor investment might be paying somebody's speaker fee so they come speak at your event so you can build a relationship with them. Oh, some of y'all missed that, but I gotta go. I can't repeat it. Yes, I will. Some of y'all might have to pay a speaking fee to bring someone in to speak at your event so that you can build a relationship with them. Appreciate you guys all, man, but it's time to go. Till I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.